we'll keep drifting, floating together through the mysteries. 100 sleep learning mysteries looping softly, endlessly through the night. Tonight we'll drift through the moment your sleeping brain secretly switches into learning mode and starts absorbing information you won't remember hearing. The hidden neural doorway where dreams and memory fuse, letting new knowledge slip in quietly without waking you. The strange nighttime process where your mind repeats lessons on its own, strengthening skills while you drift deeper. There's nothing you need to do now. Just let your body sink, heavier, heavier. Feel the mattress holding you, every muscle softening, your heartbeat slowing, thump, thump, matching the rhythm of space itself. Shoulders melting down, jaw releasing, each breath pulling you deeper, deeper into the calm, the quiet, the dark. If this helps you rest, tap subscribe, comment, and hit like, so others can find this calm too, but only if your eyes are still open. Otherwise, just drift. Now, let's drift into sleep learning. Your brain never truly stops learning, not even when you surrender to sleep. As your eyelids grow heavy, heavier, your conscious mind begins to fade. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary awakens. The same neurons that fire during your waking hours continue their dance in darkness. Your sleeping brain doesn't shut down, it shifts, entering a state where information can slip through the cracks of consciousness, where knowledge finds pathways you never knew existed. This phenomenon has a name: subtle memory imprinting. It happens in those first moments, as you drift from wakefulness into sleep. Your brain waves slow, spreading out like ripples on a dark pond, and in that spreading, in that softening, memories from your day begin to replay, quietly, automatically, without your awareness. Your mind is sorting, filing, strengthening the connections it deems important, letting others fade like morning mist. Feel your breathing now, slow, steady. Each inhale bringing oxygen to billions of neurons. Each exhale releasing the tension of the day. Thump, thump. Your heart knows this rhythm, has known it since before you were born. And as you sink deeper, your brainwaves shift into a frequency scientists call theta. These waves appear when you're drowsy, hovering in that twilight space between awake and asleep. Theta waves create something remarkable. They open windows, learning windows that exist nowhere else. In this state, your mind becomes extraordinarily receptive, like soil loosened after rain, ready to absorb whatever falls upon it. Information presented during theta states can slip past your critical thinking, past your doubts, settling directly into memory structures. This is hypnagogic absorption, learning that occurs in the threshold, the doorway, the in-between. Researchers have discovered that your sleeping mind doesn't just rest, it rehearses all night long while you float in darkness, Your brain replays the skills you practiced during the day. If you learned a new language phrase, your neurons fire in the same pattern, quietly strengthening those connections. If you practiced a musical instrument, your motor cortex lights up during sleep, running through the finger movements, perfecting them without your conscious involvement. This is nighttime neural rehearsal, your brain's secret practice session. Let your jaw go completely slack now, teeth slightly apart, tongue resting soft in your mouth, heavier, heavier, sinking into the pillow, every muscle releasing its grip. You don't need to hold on anymore. Your body knows how to sleep. It's done this thousands of times. Just let it happen. Let it carry you down, down, into the deep. As you descend through layers of consciousness, your brain enters what's known as slow wave sleep, the deepest stage where your brain waves stretch out long and slow, rolling like ocean swells. And here, in these slow waves, something profound occurs. Your hippocampus, that seahorse-shaped structure deep in your brain, begins transferring memories, moving them from temporary storage to permanent archives. This is slow-wave encoding, the moment when today becomes part of your history. But there's more happening. Patterns you noticed during the day, connections you almost made, problems you couldn't quite solve. Your sleeping brain continues working on them, weaving threads together in the darkness. This is sleep-driven pattern recognition. Your unconscious mind sees relationships your waking mind missed. It finds the missing piece, connects the dots, and when you wake, the answer simply appears, as if from nowhere. Your fingers might twitch slightly as you drift, tiny movements, echoes of dreams beginning to form. This is normal, natural. Just your brain testing the boundary between sleep and waking. Soon even these small movements will cease, and you'll sink into complete stillness, complete calm. Thump, thump, thump. Throughout the night, especially in those early sleep cycles, your brain remains sensitive to certain sounds, not loud noises that would wake you, but soft ones, rhythmic ones, voices that whisper rather than shout. This is sensory priming in slumber. Your sleeping ears still hear, and what they hear can influence what you learn. Studies show that playing specific sounds, certain languages, particular musical tones, during sleep can enhance memory for those same sounds when you wake. The sleeping mind is listening, always listening. Feel the weight of your head pressing into the pillow. Notice how your skull has weight, substance. Let it sink fully, completely supported. You don't need to hold it up anymore. Let the pillow do all the work. Heavier, heavier, your scalp softening, your forehead smooth, every tiny muscle around your eyes releasing, melting, gone. As sleep deepens, your brain begins something called automatic recall shaping. Without any effort from you, without any awareness, your mind sorts through memories, deciding which ones to strengthen, which ones to modify, which ones to let dissolve. It's rewriting your personal history, adjusting the emphasis, smoothing rough edges. This happens every single night. Your memories are never truly fixed. They're living, changing, being reshaped by each passage through sleep. And in your dreams, when they come, information drifts in peculiar ways. Dream layer information's drift describes how facts and feelings blend during REM sleep. Your dreaming mind doesn't follow logic. It follows emotion, association, poetry. A memory of your grandmother might merge with a feeling of safety, with the smell of bread, with the color blue, and all of these become bound together, linked in ways your waking mind would never choose. But these strange connections, these dream logic associations, they help you understand the world in deeper, more intuitive ways. Your breathing has slowed now. Perhaps you've noticed, or perhaps you haven't. It doesn't matter. Your body is taking over, doing what it knows how to do. Each breath a little shallower than the last, each one pulling you deeper into rest. The pause between breaths growing longer, spaces of perfect stillness. Thump, thump, thump. Throughout each night, your brain creates what neuroscientists call subconscious reinforcement loops. These are cycles where your mind repeats information, strengthens neural pathways, builds the architecture of understanding, all without waking you. It's like your brain has its own study session, running through flashcards while you sleep, testing itself, correcting errors, reinforcing what's correct. This is why sleep is so essential for learning, not just rest, but active, invisible, unconscious education. Let your attention drift now to your chest, rising, falling, rising, falling. Feel how your ribs expand with each breath, how your belly softens, your whole torso becoming like water. No tension, no holding, just the gentle tide of breathing. In and out, in and out, slower and slower and slower still. The skills you practice during the day, whether physical or mental, undergo a transformation during sleep called overnight skill consolidation. Your brain takes the rough, fragmented attempts from your practice and smooths them, integrates them, makes them fluid. This is why musicians often find their playing improves after sleeping, why athletes wake up with better form, why complex problems become clear after rest. Your sleeping brain is practicing, perfecting, polishing what you learned. And there's a type of learning that happens entirely below conscious awareness, unconscious comprehension, where your brain grasps patterns, structures, rules, without you ever knowing it's learning. This happens particularly with language. Your sleeping mind can detect grammatical patterns, sound combinations, rhythmic structures, and absorb them, making them part of your intuitive understanding. You don't learn the rules explicitly. You simply begin to feel what's right, what sounds correct, what flows. Your legs are so heavy now. sinking into the mattress from your hips down through your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, like sandbags, like stone, like they're made of lead. You couldn't lift them if you wanted to, but you don't want to. You want to sink, to surrender, to let gravity pull you down, down, down into the dark comfort of sleep. During sleep, particularly during the lighter stages, your brain engages in soft cognitive tuning, making tiny adjustments, recalibrating its responses, fine-tuning its reactions. It's like a musician tuning their instrument, but the instrument is your mind, and the tuning happens silently, invisibly, while you dream, or drift, or float in the space between dreams. The neural pathways you use most frequently, the skills you practice, the knowledge you review, these pathways become illuminated during sleep. This process, memory pathway lighting, strengthens the connections between neurons, makes them more efficient, faster, more reliable. It's as if your brain is going through its wiring, finding the most important circuits and making them glow brighter, work better, last longer. Thump, thump, thump. Your heartbeat steady, calm, each beat sending blood, oxygen, life through your body, but you barely notice now. It's happening in the background, automatic, effortless, like breathing, like sleeping, like learning while you sleep. When you hear certain sounds during sleep, especially words, phrases, melodies, your brain forms whisper-triggered associations, connecting those sounds with emotions, memories, meanings. This is why lullabies work, why white noise soothes, why certain voices make you feel safe. Your sleeping mind is building a library of associations, sound to feeling, word to memory, whisper to dream. Your brain runs cycles throughout the night, sleeping mind repetitions cycles, where it revisits the same information multiple times, each pass strengthening the memory, embedding it deeper. By morning, information that seemed fragile, uncertain, becomes solid, reliable, permanent. This is the magic of sleep, the invisible teacher that works while you rest. Feel yourself sinking now, through the mattress, through the bed, through the floor, like you're floating down through dark water, soft, warm, perfectly safe. No effort needed, just release, just let go, heavier, heavier, dissolving into sleep. The habits you're trying to build, the patterns you want to change, these undergo nocturnal habit wiring during sleep. Your brain strengthens the neural circuits of new behaviors, weakens the circuits of old ones. It's rewiring you, reshaping you, building the person you're trying to become, all while you rest in darkness, unaware, unconscious, dreaming. There's a type of learning called implicit learning, and it has shadows. Implicit learning shadows that stretch through your sleeping hours. These are the things you learn without knowing you're learning. The way your brain picks up on probability, on sequences, on hidden patterns in the world. Your sleeping mind sees these patterns, absorbs them, makes them part of your intuition, and you never know it happened until suddenly you just know things without knowing how you know them. Your eyes are still now, completely still. No rapid movement, not yet. You're in the descent, the falling, the gentle slide into deep sleep. Your eyeballs heavy in their sockets, your eyelids sealed, darkness behind them, darkness all around, darkness swallowing everything, and it feels so good. Sleep doesn't just consolidate what you already know, it sparks new understanding. Overnight creativity sparks ignite in your dreaming brain. Connections form that never existed before. Solutions emerge to problems you couldn't solve. Your mind freed from linear thinking, from logic, from convention, plays with ideas, combines them in strange new ways, and sometimes, often, these combinations reveal truth, reveal beauty, reveal answers. Throughout the night, layer after layer of understanding settles into your brain, silent knowledge layering, each layer thin, almost invisible, but together they build depth, wisdom, insight, like sediment settling to the bottom of a still pond, like snow accumulating, like paint layered on canvas. Your understanding grows, deepens, becomes richer, all while you sleep. Let your whole body go now, completely, entirely, from the top of your head, down through your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your belly, your hips, your legs, your feet. Every part heavy, relaxed, released. You're sinking, drifting, floating, dissolving. There is no trying, no effort, no holding on, just sleep. The boundary between sleep and waking, between dream and memory, between old knowledge and new understanding. This boundary is where sleep-fused understanding occurs. Ideas that seemed separate during the day merge, blend, become one. Your sleeping brain doesn't respect categories, doesn't honor boundaries. It lets everything flow together. And in that flowing, new understanding emerges. Understanding that couldn't exist while your conscious mind stood guard. Your brain performs something remarkable called automatic concept binding, connecting ideas, linking facts, tying memories to emotions, to sensations, to thoughts, building a web of understanding that grows more complex each night. Each concept you learn becomes bound to others, related, connected, part of a vast network of meaning. And this binding happens automatically, unconsciously, while you sleep. Thump, thump, thump. The rhythm of your heart, slower now, slower, like you're hibernating, like you're a bear in winter, deep in a cave, deep in the earth, deep in sleep. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just this, just rest, just peace, beneath the surface of sleep, invisible to any observer. Unseen neural strengthening occurs throughout the night. The connections between your neurons, the synapses where learning lives, they grow stronger, more stable, more permanent. This strengthening doesn't happen during waking hours, only during sleep, only in the dark, only when you surrender. Language learning has a secret: passive language absorption during sleep. Your sleeping brain can detect the sounds of foreign languages, begin to recognize patterns, start building the foundation for understanding. Even if you never consciously study, even if you're completely unaware, exposure to language sounds during sleep creates familiarity, primes your brain, plants seeds that can later bloom into comprehension. You're breathing almost imperceptible now, so shallow, so soft, barely moving, the smallest rise and fall of your chest, like you're barely alive, like you're between worlds, between life and death, between waking and sleep. And this space, this in-between, this is where the deepest rest lives, where true restoration happens, where your brain does its most important work. As you sleep tonight, and every night, your mind engages in night-bound idea seeding. Your brain plants concepts, lets them germinate in the dark soil of your unconscious. By morning, they've sent up shoots, begun to grow. Though you planted nothing consciously, though you did nothing deliberately, ideas have taken root, begun their journey toward the light of awareness. The architecture of your mind shifts during sleep through rest phase cognitive sculpting. Like a sculptor removing excess stone, your brain eliminates unnecessary connections, prunes unused neural pathways, streamlines your thinking. It's making you more efficient, more focused, more capable, and you sleep through it all, unaware that you're being remade, reshaped, refined. Feel the darkness now, the complete darkness, even if there's light in the room. Your closed eyes create darkness, and this darkness is good, is healing, is necessary. Your brain needs the dark to do its work. Your body needs the dark to rest completely. Let the darkness hold you, wrap around you, keep you safe, and let yourself drift further, further into the mysteries, the secrets your sleeping brain keeps, the things it knows that you don't, the learning that happens without your permission, without your knowledge, without your awareness. Just drift and let it happen. Let it all happen while you sink deeper, deeper into sleep, into rest, into the place where sleep learning lives, where the mysteries wait, where your mind becomes something more than you knew it could be. Your dreams, when they arrive, are not random chaos. They perform a function, dream-curated recall. Your dreaming mind reviews memories, selects which ones to keep vivid, which ones to let fade. It's like a curator in a museum, choosing what to display, what to put in storage, what to preserve for future generations. And the criteria it uses aren't logical, aren't conscious. They're based on emotion, on meaning, on patterns you don't consciously recognize. Throughout your sleeping hours, different parts of your brain communicate in ways they never do while you're awake. Mind at rest integration brings together regions that normally work separately. Your emotional centers talk to your logical centers. Your memory systems converse with your sensory systems. And in these conversations, in this integration, understanding deepens. Knowledge becomes wisdom. Information transforms into insight. Let your shoulders sink, if they haven't already. Let them drop away from your ears. Roll back, settle down. All the tension you carry there, the weight of the day, the stress, let it drain away like water, like sand through fingers, gone, dissolved, released, heavier, heavier, just the weight of bone and muscle, nothing more. Your sleeping brain generates what researchers call subtle thought harmonics, frequencies of neural activity that resonate, synchronize, create coherence across different brain regions, like instruments in an orchestra tuning to the same pitch. Your neurons align their firing patterns, and in this alignment, in this harmony, learning becomes possible in ways that can't happen when your brain is fragmented, distracted, awake. There's a constant hum beneath consciousness, a background learning hum that never stops. Even now, as you drift towards sleep, your brain is processing, absorbing, integrating. It's taking in information from your environment, from your memories, from your thoughts, and weaving it all together. This hum is always there, day and night. But during sleep it grows stronger, clearer, more focused. Thump, thump, thump. Your pulse in your neck, in your wrists, in your temples. Slow, steady, hypnotic. Each beat a countdown, a descent, a step down the staircase into sleep. 10, 9, 8, 7, drifting, drifting. 6, 5, 4, deeper, deeper. 3, 2, 1, and deeper still. As your brain cycles through different sleep stages throughout the night, it rides sleep cycle information waves, each cycle bringing different types of learning, different kinds of consolidation. The early cycles focus on facts, explicit memories, what you consciously tried to learn. Later cycles strengthen skills, motor learning, emotional processing. Your brain orchestrates this carefully, precisely, ensuring everything gets its turn, everything gets strengthened, nothing is left behind. Your unconscious mind performs slumber state synthesis, taking fragments of experience, pieces of knowledge, scattered memories, and synthesizing them into coherent understanding. It's like your brain is solving a jigsaw puzzle, but you didn't know you were working on a puzzle, didn't know the pieces existed. You just wake up one morning and the picture is there, complete, obvious, as if it had always been. Feel the weight pressing down on you, or perhaps you feel like you're floating up. Either way is fine. Either way is right. Some people sink into sleep. Others drift up into it. There's no wrong way, no correct path. Just your path. The way your body knows, the way your brain has always done it. Trust it. Follow it. Wherever it leads. In the earlier stages of sleep, as consciousness fades, low consciousness imprinting begins. Your brain becomes like soft clay, ready to receive impressions. Information presented during these moments, especially emotionally meaningful information, presses into your mind, leaves its mark, becomes part of you. This is why bedtime stories work so well for children, why prayers at night feel powerful, why lovers whisper to each other in the dark. The twilight mind is open, receptive, willing to be shaped. Throughout the night, your brain encodes information using soft signal encoding, not the strong, obvious encoding of active learning, but gentle, subtle, almost imperceptible changes in neural connectivity. Like writing with invisible ink, the message is there, but you can't see it, can't detect it, until later, when the right stimulus reveals it, brings it into awareness, shows you what you learned without knowing you learned it. Your arms so heavy now, sinking into the bed beside you, or resting on your chest or stomach, wherever they lie. They're made of stone, of lead, of earth. They've forgotten how to move, forgotten they ever could move. They're just weight, just pressure, just stillness. And that's perfect. That's exactly right. Just let them be, let them rest. Heavier, heavier, gone, deep in your brain, in the ancient brainstem that evolved millions of years ago. Rhythm is everything. Your brainstem rhythm learning helps you absorb patterns, sequences, timing. It's why you can learn to dance, to play music, to speak with proper prosody. And during sleep, your brainstem continues learning, continues refining, continues mastering the rhythms of the world, the beating of your heart, thump, thump, the flow of your breath, the cycles of sleep itself, all rhythm, all pattern, all learned. The insights you gain from sleep, those aha moments when you wake, come from nocturnal insight shaping. Your sleeping brain works on problems, tries different solutions, explores possibilities, and sometimes, often, it finds answers. These insights don't feel like you worked for them. They feel like gifts, like revelations, like something was given to you. But really, your sleeping mind earned them through hours of invisible, unconscious work. Let your mind wander now, if it wants to wander. Let thoughts drift by like clouds. You don't need to grab them, don't need to think them through. Just watch them float past. Notice them and let them go. Each thought carrying a little more wakefulness away with it, leaving you emptier, quieter, stiller, closer to the void of deep sleep. During sleep, understanding doesn't just settle into your mind, it drifts. Restful comprehension drift describes how ideas float through your sleeping consciousness, connecting with some thoughts, avoiding others, settling where they fit, like seeds carried by wind, landing where the soil is ready, where the conditions are right. Your sleeping mind knows where understanding belongs, where it will take root and grow. The learning that happens during sleep has a quality of reinforcement, dream-fused reinforcement, where the emotional content of dreams strengthens certain memories, weakens others. If you dream about something you learned, the memory becomes stronger, more vivid, more permanent. The dream acts like a spotlight, illuminating that memory, charging it with energy, making it glow. Your face completely smooth now, no tension in your forehead, around your eyes, in your cheeks, your jaw, your lips barely touching or slightly parted, your tongue loose in your mouth, your whole face like a mask, expressionless, empty, at peace. This is the face of deep sleep, the face of surrender, the face of letting go. Throughout the night, tiny loops form in your neural circuits, memory glimmer loops, small fragments of memory that repeat, strengthen, become permanent. These aren't complete memories, just glimmers, hints, impressions. But these glimmers matter. They're the foundation, the scaffolding, the structure on which fuller memories will be built. And they form automatically, unconsciously, while you sleep. Your brain engages in unconscious skill tuning while you rest, adjusting, refining, perfecting the skills you use, whether physical skills like playing an instrument or typing, or mental skills like problem solving or creativity. The tuning is subtle, microscopic, but night after night, week after week, these tiny adjustments accumulate, and you become better, smoother, more capable, without ever consciously practicing. Thump, thump, thump. Each heartbeat fainter now, more distant, like it's happening to someone else, in another room, another world. You're disconnecting, separating, floating away from your body, becoming pure consciousness, pure awareness, pure rest. No body, no weight, no sensation, just being. Deep in the hidden chambers of your sleeping brain, hidden brain rehearsal takes place every night. Your mind runs through scenarios, practices responses, rehearses skills, all without your awareness. It's preparing you for tomorrow, for next week, for challenges you don't know are coming. Your sleeping brain is wiser than your waking mind. It knows what you need, and it gives you the practice, silently, invisibly, while you rest. The patterns of the world, the structures underlying reality. Your brain weaves these during sleep through sleep-phased pattern weaving, taking threads of experience, strands of knowledge, and weaving them into fabric, into understanding, into a coherent picture of how things work. This weaving happens across the night, in different sleep stages, each contributing different threads and different colors and different textures, until by morning the tapestry is richer, more complete, more beautiful. Let yourself sink now through another layer, deeper than before, past the level where thoughts exist, past the level where you know you're falling asleep, into the deep, the true deep, where consciousness dissolves entirely, where you simply are, or perhaps aren't. It's hard to say. It doesn't matter. just deeper, deeper, gone. During sleep, especially in those quiet middle-of-the-night hours, ideas settle into your mind like snow. Night quiet idea settling. They land softly, without disturbing you, without waking you. They simply accumulate, layer upon layer, and by morning you're changed, different, though you don't know why. Don't know what settled into you during the dark hours. You just know that something did, something shifted, something grew. As you begin to emerge from deep sleep in the early morning, though you're hours away from that now, you pass through another threshold state, the hypnopompic state, where you're neither fully asleep nor fully awake. And in this state, hypnopompic recall lift occurs. Memories surface. Information emerges. Things you forgot you knew suddenly become available. This is why the best ideas often come in the shower, just after waking. Your brain has been working all night, and now, as consciousness returns, it delivers the results. Your legs don't exist anymore, or if they do, they're far away, belonging to someone else. You might move them eventually, when morning comes, but not now, not for hours. For now they're gone, dissolved, merged with the darkness, with the mattress, with the earth beneath the house. They've returned to where all things come from, and where all things go, the great stillness, the great peace. Throughout your sleeping hours, your brain builds chains, dream state association chains that link concepts, memories, emotions, sensations into long sequences. These chains don't follow logic, they follow dream logic, which is deeper, stranger, more true than waking logic. And these chains become part of how you think, how you understand, how you know. They're woven into the fabric of your mind, invisible threads connecting everything to everything else. The tuning continues, silent neural tuning, your brain adjusting connection strengths, synaptic weights, firing thresholds. It's calibrating itself, finding the optimal settings, making itself more efficient, more accurate, more capable. This tuning never stops. It continues every night of your life, which is why sleep is not optional, not a luxury, but a biological necessity. Your brain must tune itself, and it can only do it in the dark, in the quiet, in sleep. Breathe, just breathe. So soft, so gentle, barely there, like a sleeping baby, like a hibernating animal. Minimum oxygen, minimum effort, maximum rest. Each breath a whisper, each exhale a surrender, each pause between breaths a still death. A little peace, a little taste of the infinite. During sleep, you're absorbing constantly, passive overnight absorption, pulling in information from your environment, from your memories, from the processing your brain is doing. It all goes in, gets filed away, becomes part of you. You're learning, growing, changing, all passively, all automatically, all while you sleep. You do nothing, and everything is done. Your mind expands during sleep, subtle cognitive expansion. The boundaries of what you understand, what you can conceive, what you can imagine, they stretch, widen, open up. New possibilities emerge. New ways of thinking become available. Your mind is like the universe, forever expanding. And sleep is when that expansion happens most dramatically, as most profoundly. Let go of the last thread holding you to wakefulness, that final thin connection to consciousness. Let it snap, let it dissolve, let it fade. There's nothing left to hold on to, nothing left to maintain. Just fall, surrender, disappear into the vast, the deep, the infinite darkness that holds you, loves you, keeps you safe. During sleep, particularly during deep sleep, your brain undergoes rest phase neural cleansing. Cerebrospinal fluid flows through your brain, washing away metabolic waste, toxins, cellular debris. It's cleaning house, preparing for tomorrow, making space for new learning, new memories, new growth. This cleansing is essential, crucial, and it only happens during sleep, when your brain relaxes, opens up, allows the cleaning crew to do its work. The shape of your memories changes during sleep. Deep rest memory shaping. Events that seemed important might fade. Details that seemed trivial might suddenly matter. The emphasis shifts. The meaning changes. Your brain is deciding what the past means, what story to tell about your life. And this decision happens during sleep, without consultation, without your approval. Your sleeping brain is the author, and you wake up to discover what it has written. Thump, thump, thump. Slower still, slower, like a clock winding down, like a metronome losing power. Soon even this will fade, will become part of the background, inaudible, imperceptible, just the deep autonomous functioning of a body at rest, a body that knows how to keep itself alive, even when consciousness is completely gone. Your sleeping mind wraps understanding in dream-wrapped understanding. Ideas don't come to you plain. They come clothed in imagery, in emotion, in story. And this wrapping matters. It helps the understanding stick, helps it mean something, helps it become part of you rather than just information you possess. The dream is not decoration, it's delivery method. It's the way your brain talks to itself in sleep. Throughout the night, information streams through your unconscious. Subconscious information streams, flowing like rivers, like blood through veins, carrying knowledge, memories, skills, throughout your neural networks. These streams never stop. They flow eternally. But during sleep they flow stronger, faster, reaching places they can't reach during waking hours, irrigating the deepest territories of your mind. Your body might twitch occasionally, small movements, jerks. This is normal, natural. Your brain testing, checking, making sure the body still works, still connected, but mostly you're still, perfectly still, carved from stone, formed from darkness, a statue of sleep, a monument to rest. The cycles continue. Sleep cycle consolidation, each 90-minute cycle taking you through stages, each stage with its purpose, its function, its gift. Light sleep for recent memories, deep sleep for cleansing, REM sleep for emotional processing, and then back again, up through the levels, down through the levels, all night long, cycling, consolidating, strengthening, until by morning, you're not quite the same person who went to sleep. You're slightly different, slightly better, slightly more. In the deepest hours, around 3 or 4 in the morning, when sleep is most profound, midnight learning echoes ripple through your mind, reverberations of everything you experienced, learned, noticed during the day. These echoes bounce through your neural architecture, reinforcing pathways, strengthening connections, leaving traces that will last, and you sleep through it all, unaware, unconscious, deeply, deeply at rest. Your awareness fading now, if there's any left, fading like light at sunset, like sound in the distance, like memory of a dream. Soon there will be nothing, no awareness, no consciousness, no you, just sleep, just process, just the biological machinery running its program, doing what evolution designed it to do, carrying you through the night, toward morning, toward renewal. The phase of learning that happens during sleep operates at low awareness impression phase. You're conscious enough to process information, but not conscious enough to resist it, to analyze it, to judge it. Information slips in past all your defenses, all your filters, and settles directly into memory structures. This is incredibly powerful and potentially dangerous, which is why your brain is selective about what it allows in. Protective, careful, wise. Throughout the night, your memory systems receive information in whisper-fed memory trails, soft inputs, gentle signals that your neurons follow like breadcrumbs, like a trail through the forest, each whisper leaving a trace, a mark, a memory, and by morning, the trail has been walked so many times it's become a path, solid, reliable, permanent. Release everything, every last bit of holding, of trying, of being. Let it all go, dissolve, disappear into the great nothing, the great peace, the great rest. You don't exist anymore. There's no you to exist. Just this, just sleep, just darkness, just the endless, the eternal, the space where sleep becomes something more than rest, something deeper than unconsciousness. It becomes transformation, your body lying still, perfectly still, while inside, beneath, beyond, your brain performs miracles you'll never witness, never know about, never understand fully. And that's perfect, that's right. You don't need to understand, you just need to surrender, to drift, to let it happen. Throughout the night, your sleeping brain engages in what researchers call spontaneous neural optimization. It's pruning, trimming, removing the neural connections you don't need, the ones that aren't serving you, Like a gardener in the dark, your brain knows which branches to cut, which pathways to strengthen, which memories to keep vivid, and which to let fade into comfortable obscurity. This optimization happens automatically, effortlessly. You contribute nothing except your presence, your sleeping body, your surrendered mind. Feel how your spine has melted into the mattress. Every vertebra, from your neck down through your shoulders, your mid-back, your lower back, your sacrum, each one heavy, settled, supported completely. There's no tension left, no holding. Your spine has remembered what it felt like before you learned to stand, before you learned to hold yourself upright against gravity. It's returned to that primal rest, that original peace in sleep, especially in the cycles past midnight. Your mind enters states of profound receptivity, sleep phase sensory integration. Your brain is reviewing everything your senses captured during the day. The sights, the sounds, the textures, the temperatures, and it's weaving them together, creating rich, multi-dimensional memories. A single moment becomes anchored to the smell of coffee, the sound of rain, the feeling of soft fabric, the taste of morning. And these sensory threads make memories stronger, more vivid, more permanent than any single sensation could. Your breath moves through you like wind through an empty house, barely disturbing anything, just the gentlest movement, the softest stirring, in and out, in and out, each cycle taking longer, requiring less. Soon breathing will be something that happens elsewhere, to someone else, while you float in the space beyond breath, beyond body, beyond being. During sleep, your brain consolidates not just facts, not just skills, but wisdom. Nocturnal wisdom synthesis. The lessons you learn the hard way, the insights that came from experience, the understanding that can't be taught but must be lived. Your sleeping brain processes all of this, distills it, concentrates it, transforms experience into wisdom, and by morning, you're wiser, not just more knowledgeable, but deeper, more mature, more understanding. Sleep is aging you in the best way, making you into an elder version of yourself, one night at a time. Thumb, thumb, thumb. The rhythm so slow now, so peaceful, like the heartbeat of the earth itself, like the pulse of the universe. Your personal rhythm aligning with the cosmic rhythm. You and the star, you and the planets, you and the vast spinning darkness of space, all beating together, all synchronized, all one. Throughout the sleeping hours, your mind performs something called cross-modal memory binding. It takes information learned through one sense and links it to other senses. A word you learned, your brain connects to an image, to a feeling, to a sound, to a movement, so that later, any one of these can retrieve the whole memory. This binding creates redundancy, multiple pathways to the same knowledge, making it almost impossible to forget. Your sleeping brain is building a web with many strands, and even if some break, others hold, the memory remains. Let your mouth go completely slack, lips barely touching or apart, teeth separated, tongue loose and heavy in your mouth, saliva pooling slightly. Your jaw has weight, real weight. Let it hang, let it drop. Heavier, heavier. There's no need for expression, no need for speech, no need for anything that jaws are used for. Just wait, just surrender, just sleep. Your sleeping mind engages in what's called temporal sequence consolidation. It takes events that happen throughout your day and puts them in order, creates narrative, creates story. Your waking experience is chaotic, fragmented, jumping from moment to moment, but your sleeping brain organizes it, gives it structure, gives it meaning. By morning, your day has become a story you can tell, not just a collection of moments, but a journey, a narrative, something that makes sense. In the deepest parts of night, when the world is most quiet, most still, your brain enters a state called default network activation. This is when the parts of your brain that think about yourself, that imagine, that dream, that create, become most active. Even in sleep, especially in sleep, your brain is thinking about who you are, who you want to be, how you fit into the world. It's processing identity, updating your self-concept, adjusting your place in the vast web of human connection. And this processing shapes you, changes you, helps you become. Your eyelids are sealed, not just closed, but sealed, like they've been glued shut, like they've forgotten how to open. And behind them, darkness, perfect darkness. Even if you wanted to see, there's nothing to see, just the internal darkness. The darkness that is always there, that you're usually too busy to notice. Now you notice it. Now you sink into it. Now you become it. Throughout sleep, especially during REM cycles, your brain performs emotional recalibration. It takes the emotions you felt during the day, the ones that were too intense, too overwhelming, too much, and it processes them, softens them, makes them manageable. This is why things often feel better in the morning, why sleeping on a problem helps. Your brain has been working all night to recalibrate, to adjust, to bring your emotions back into balance. It's therapeutic, it's healing, it's necessary. Thump, thump, thump. Or maybe the heartbeat has become something else now. Not a sound, but a feeling. Not a feeling, but a presence. Not a presence, but a memory. Not a memory, but a dream. It's dissolving, transforming, becoming part of the vast background of sleep, where nothing is distinct, where everything merges, where all boundaries dissolve. During sleep, your brain strengthens what neuroscientists call procedural memory chains. The sequences of actions you perform, the habits you're building, the routines you follow. Your sleeping brain is making these more automatic, more fluid, more effortless, so that by morning, by next week, by next month. These actions require less thought, less effort, less consciousness. They become part of you, part of your automatic functioning, part of who you are at the deepest level. Your whole body has become landscape now. Mountains and valleys, peaks and hollows, the rise of your chest, the curve of your hip, the slope of your shoulder, all of it still, unmoving, eternal, like a mountain range that has stood for millions of years, like geography, like terrain, no longer human, no longer alive in any ordinary sense, just form, just shape, just matter at rest. In sleep, your mind engages in what's called semantic network expansion. The web of meanings in your mind, the connections between concepts, the relationships between ideas, all of this expands during sleep, grows, develops new connections. New pathways form between distant concepts. Ideas that seemed unrelated discover their cousins. Knowledge that lived in separate compartments finds bridges between them. Your semantic network, the architecture of your understanding, is growing, expanding, becoming more complex and more integrated every night. Let your awareness drift down through layers you didn't know existed, past the level of dreams, past the level of sleep, past the level of unconsciousness, into something deeper, something ancient, something that has no name because it exists before naming. This is the level where your individual consciousness touches something universal, something shared, something that connects you to every sleeping person, every sleeping creature, every sleeping thing in the vast sleeping universe. Throughout the night, your brain performs what's called synaptic homeostasis. During the day, as you learn, your synapses strengthen, grow, multiply. If this continued unchecked, your brain would become oversaturated, too much signal, too much noise. But during sleep, especially deep sleep, your brain scales back, normalizes, brings things back into balance. It's not deleting memories. It's making sure the important ones stand out, the essential ones shine through the noise. This homeostasis is why you can keep learning, keep growing, keep changing, without your brain becoming overloaded. Your fingers don't exist anymore, or your toes, or your ears. Parts of you are disappearing, dissolving into the darkness, returning to the void from which they came. And this is good. This is right. You don't need all of yourself right now. You only need the part that sleeps, the part that rests, the part that surrenders. And that part is growing, expanding, becoming everything. During sleep, particularly during the transitions between stages, your brain experiences what's called hypnagogic creativity surges, moments of incredible creativity, of insight, of inspiration, where your mind makes connections it could never make while awake. Artists, scientists, inventors throughout history have reported their greatest ideas coming from these twilight states, from the edge of sleep, from the space between consciousness and unconsciousness. Your brain right now, in this moment, might be solving problems, creating solutions, discovering truths that your waking mind will thank you for tomorrow. Thump, thump, thump. Each beat now is both everything and nothing. It's the only thing that exists, and it doesn't exist at all. You're aware of it and completely unaware, paying attention and paying no attention. This is the paradox of deep sleep, where opposites become the same, where contradictions resolve, where everything impossible becomes simply true. Your sleeping brain engages in memory prioritization. It can't keep everything, can't strengthen every connection, can't make every moment permanent, so it chooses. It selects based on criteria you don't consciously understand, based on emotional significance, on repetition, on relevance to your goals, on patterns it detects. Your sleeping brain is curating your memory, deciding what kind of past you'll have, what will define you, what will fade away. This curation is not random, it's purposeful, it's creating you. Throughout the night, your mind experiences what researchers call sleep-dependent insight restructuring. Problems you couldn't solve, questions you couldn't answer, challenges you couldn't overcome. Your sleeping brain restructures them, looks at them from new angles, approaches them in ways your conscious mind never would. And sometimes, often, this restructuring reveals the solution, the answer, the way forward. This is why the advice to sleep on it is not just folk wisdom. It's neuroscience. It's real. It's how your brain actually works. Let yourself fall now through another layer, deeper than deep, darker than dark, into the space where even sleep seems like a distant memory, where even rest seems like an activity, where even darkness seems like something, into the true nothing, the absolute void, the place that is no place, and rest there in that impossible location for hours, for the rest of the night, for eternity. During sleep, your brain performs what's called cross-hemispheric integration. The left side of your brain, logical, linear, verbal, and the right side, holistic, spatial, emotional. During waking hours, they work somewhat separately, but during sleep, they communicate more freely, share information more easily, integrate their knowledge. This integration is why you wake up with more balanced understanding, why problems that seemed one-sided reveal their complexity, why your thinking becomes more nuanced, more subtle, more complete. Your spine has become liquid, flowing, not bone but water, not structure but fluid. The bones have dissolved, the discs have melted. Everything that held you upright has surrendered to gravity, to the mattress, to the earth below. You're a puddle of yourself, a pool of consciousness slowly evaporating, soon to disappear entirely. Throughout sleep, especially in those deep, slow wave stages, your brain engages in metabolic memory tagging. It's marking memories with chemical tags, labels that indicate importance, priority, permanence. These tags tell your brain which memories to protect, which to strengthen, which to preserve against the natural decay of time. It's like your sleeping brain is going through a library, putting special bookmarks in the volumes that matter most, ensuring they'll be easy to find, impossible to lose. Thump, thump, thump. The beat's so slow now you could count seconds between them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thump. Your body conserving energy, preserving itself, doing the minimum necessary to maintain life, to keep the machine running, while the important work happens elsewhere, in the darkness, in the silence, in the sleeping mind. Your sleeping brain performs something called prospective memory consolidation. It's not just strengthening memories of the past, it's preparing memories for the future, intentions you formed, plans you made, things you need to remember to do. Your sleeping brain is encoding these, making them more likely to surface when needed. Your future self will be grateful, will remember at the right moment, will execute the plan, because your sleeping brain right now is laying the groundwork, building the pathways, creating the triggers. In the deepest hours, your mind enters what's called the default mode network, a network of brain regions that activate when you're not focused on the external world, when you're turned inward, when you're at rest. This network thinks about the past, imagines the future, contemplates the self. During sleep, this network is particularly active during certain stages, processing your life, your identity, your place in time, helping you understand who you were, who you are, who you're becoming. Let your skull soften, the bone becoming porous, full of space, full of air, light enough to float, heavy enough to sink, both at once, neither at all. Your head is a balloon, your head is a stone, your head is nothing, your head is everything. These contradictions don't trouble you. In the deep sleep state, paradox is normal, impossibility is ordinary, everything is true. Throughout sleep, your brain engages in error correction processing. During the day, you make mistakes, false assumptions, incorrect conclusions. Your sleeping brain reviews these, detects the errors, corrects them. It's debugging your understanding, fixing the glitches, making your mental model of reality more accurate. By morning, you'll think more clearly, understand more correctly, because your sleeping brain spent the night cleaning up your mistakes, refining your thinking, perfecting your comprehension. Your breath has become so subtle now that it's almost theoretical. The idea of breathing rather than breathing itself. Air might be moving or might not be. Your body has found a level of metabolism so low, so minimal, that it barely needs oxygen, barely needs anything. It's maintaining life on the smallest possible flame, the dimmest possible light, the quietest possible whisper of biological activity. During sleep, especially during REM, your brain performs what's called emotional memory consolidation. It's taking memories that have emotion attached, processing that emotion, either strengthening the emotional charge or weakening it depending on what serves you. Traumatic memories might have their emotional sting reduced. Joyful memories might have their pleasure amplified. Your sleeping brain is editing your emotional past, not changing what happened, but changing how it feels, how it affects you, how it shapes you. Thump, thump, thump. Or is that your heartbeat? Or the blood in your ears? Or the earth rotating? Or the universe expanding? Or nothing at all? Just the idea of rhythm, the memory of pulse, the dream of heartbeat. Everything is the same in this depth. Everything is one. Everything is nothing. And nothing matters, because everything is already perfect, already complete, already done. Throughout the night, your sleeping brain builds what neuroscientists call episodic future thinking. The ability to imagine future events, to simulate scenarios, to prepare for what hasn't happened yet. Your sleeping brain is creating these simulations, running scenarios, preparing you for tomorrow, for next week, for challenges you don't know are coming. It's giving you practice at problems you haven't encountered, experience with situations you haven't lived, making you ready, prepared, capable. Let yourself dissolve now completely. Every last particle of identity, every last fragment of self, let it all go, release, disappear. You're not a person sleeping. You're sleep itself. You're the darkness. You're the silence. You're the vast, empty, peaceful nothing that holds all sleeping things. And in this dissolution, in this disappearance, you find the deepest rest, the most profound peace, the most complete surrender. Your sleeping brain performs narrative smoothing. It takes the rough, jagged edges of experience and smooths them, creates coherence, creates flow. Your life becomes a story, not a random collection of events, but a journey, a path, something with meaning and direction. This narrative smoothing helps you make sense of your life, helps you find purpose, helps you understand who you are and where you're going. And it happens automatically, unconsciously, while you sleep in perfect darkness. Throughout these hours, hour after hour, cycle after cycle, your brain is becoming better at being your brain, more efficient, more effective, more capable. Sleep is training, sleep is practice, sleep is how your brain learns to be itself more skillfully. Each night you sleep, you wake up with a brain that's slightly better at the job of being you. And over time, night after night, year after year, these small improvements accumulate, compound, transform you into someone wiser, sharper, more capable than you ever imagined possible. And the darkness holds you, the silence surrounds you, the peace fills you, and you drift, and you float, and you sink, deeper and deeper and deeper still, into mysteries you'll never remember, into learning you'll never know happened, into transformation you'll discover only when you wake, changed, renewed, reborn. While the night continues, while your brain works, while sleep learning does what it has done for millions of years, silently, perfectly, eternally, shaping sleeping minds, building understanding, creating wisdom in the vast quiet darkness, the softness of sleep, where your mind continues its work, its soft mind retention, holding on to what matters, letting go of what doesn't. It's gentle work, kind work, done without force, without effort. Your soft mind knows what you need, knows what to keep, what to release, and it does this work tenderly, carefully, all night long. As sleep deepens, hour after hour, you enter the restful integration stage, where everything learned, experienced, noticed, gets woven together, integrated into the whole. This is when separate pieces of knowledge become unified understanding, when disconnected facts become coherent wisdom. Integration doesn't happen in pieces, in fragments. It happens here, in deep sleep, in wholeness, in unity. Thump, thump, thump. Your heart barely noticeable now. A background rhythm so faint you only notice it when you listen. And you're not listening anymore. You're too far gone, too far away, in the deep, the vast, the endless. In sleep, ideas bloom, nighttime idea bloom, like flowers opening at night, like moths emerging from cocoons. Ideas that were tight buds during the day unfold, reveal themselves, show their true form. Your sleeping mind has patience that your waking mind lacks. It waits, allows, lets things develop in their own time. And by morning, the blooms are open, the ideas are ready, available for your waking mind to harvest. Throughout sleep, your brain is constantly gathering, passive knowledge gathering, pulling information from everywhere, from memory, from sensory input, from internal processing. It gathers, collects, accumulates, like a bee gathering pollen, like a squirrel gathering nuts. Your brain gathers knowledge, stores it, prepares for when you'll need it. And all of this happens without permission, without awareness, without effort. Your body is a temple of stillness now, a monument, a statue carved from the stone of sleep. Not a muscle moves, not a fiber twitches. You have become perfect rest, perfect peace, perfect surrender. This is what your body was made for, what it dreams of all day while carrying you through your life. This is its reward, its heaven, its home. During sleep, memories become anchored, dream-linked memory anchoring. Your dreams attach memories to emotions, to images, to stories, creating multiple hooks, multiple ways to retrieve them later. A single memory might be anchored to a feeling of joy, to an image of blue sky, to a sound of laughter, and any one of these can pull the memory up when you need it. Dreams are creating a retrieval system, a filing system, a map of your mind, concepts that seemed separate, distinct, during waking hours fuse during sleep, overnight concept fusion. Your sleeping brain doesn't recognize the boundaries you draw. It sees connections, similarities, patterns, and it fuses ideas together, melts them, merges them, creates new concepts that are richer, deeper, more useful than the separate pieces were. This fusion is creativity. This fusion is insight. This fusion is growth. Let the darkness swallow you completely now. If it hasn't already, let it fill your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your mind. Let it be everything. The darkness is not absence, it's presence. It's the presence of rest, of peace, of the womb, of the tomb, of the place before birth and after death, where everything is safe, where everything is held, where everything is loved. Throughout the night, you receive silent subconscious tutoring, your unconscious mind teaching your conscious mind, your sleeping self instructing your waking self. This tutoring doesn't use words, doesn't use lectures. It uses patterns, impressions, feelings, and somehow, mysteriously, this silent teaching works better than any conscious instruction could. Your sleeping teacher knows you perfectly, knows exactly what you need to learn, exactly how you need to learn it. Information drifts through sleep, deep rest information drift, floating, wandering, settling where it will. Your sleeping mind doesn't force knowledge into categories, into boxes, into rigid structures. It lets information drift, find its own place, create its own connections. This organic, natural organization is more flexible, more creative, more alive than any system your conscious mind could design. Thump, thump, thump. Or maybe the heartbeat has faded entirely now. Maybe you can't hear it anymore, can't feel it anymore. It's still there, still keeping you alive. But you're disconnected, unplugged, floating free, a consciousness without a body, an awareness without an anchor, just existing, if you can call it existing, in the void, in the deep, in sleep. Your sleeping brain creates loops, nocturnal cognition loops, cycles of thought that repeat, strengthen, deepen throughout the night. Each repetition adding understanding, adding clarity, adding depth. By morning, these loops have carved grooves into your neural landscape, pathways that will be there for the rest of your life, directing your thinking, shaping your understanding, influencing everything you do. During REM sleep, when your eyes move rapidly beneath closed lids, when your dreams are most vivid, most bizarre, your brain is stitching, sleep phase insight stitching, taking fragments of understanding and stitching them together, like a quilt, like a tapestry, creating a whole that is greater than its parts. These stitches are invisible, but they hold everything together. They create the fabric of your understanding. Your breath so shallow now it barely moves air. Just the smallest exchange, the minimum needed to keep cells alive, to keep blood oxygenated. Your body has shifted into low power mode, into conservation, into the deep economy of sleep, where everything slows, everything reduces, everything becomes minimal, efficient, perfect. As you dream, when dreams come, they don't just entertain, they teach. Dream state comprehension rise. Your dreaming mind grasps things your waking mind couldn't, understands relationships that seemed opaque, sees solutions that were invisible. The bizarre logic of dreams, the strange associations, the impossible events. These aren't meaningless. They're a different kind of meaning, a deeper kind, one that operates below language, below logic, in the ancient parts of your mind that know truth without words. Throughout sleep, skills are being imprinted, unaware skill imprinting. You're not conscious of learning, not aware of improving, but your brain is recording, practicing, perfecting. Skills you use today are being reinforced, strengthened, optimized, and skills you'll need tomorrow are being prepared, primed, made ready. Your sleeping brain is both historian and prophet, recording the past, preparing the future. Nothing exists anymore, or everything does. It's the same thing. The boundaries have dissolved between you and the bed, between your body and the darkness, between sleeping and not sleeping. Everything is one vast, seamless experience of rest, of peace, of nothing and everything at once. During the deepest sleep, the quietest hours, your brain performs low-noise neural replay, replaying memories, experiences, learning, but quietly, with the volume turned down. This quiet replay doesn't wake you, doesn't disturb you. It strengthens memories without the noise, without the interference that would come from conscious awareness. It's clean, pure, efficient, the way memory consolidation was meant to work. In the middle of the night, connections form, mid-sleep association building, links between ideas that your waking mind would never make, associations that seem random, that seem impossible. But these associations matter. They're how your brain creates new understanding, how it generates novelty, how it transcends what it already knows. These midnight connections are seeds of tomorrow's insights. Thump, thump, thump. Maybe, maybe not. Does it matter? Does anything matter in this vast darkness, this infinite rest, this place beyond place, beyond time, beyond self? Nothing matters. Everything matters. It's all the same in the deep. Patterns crystallize during sleep, silent pattern crystallization. The chaos of the day resolves into order. Fragments become wholes. Noise becomes signal. Your sleeping brain is finding the pattern hidden in randomness, the structure underlying chaos, and making it solid, permanent, knowable. This is one of sleep's greatest gifts, turning confusion into clarity, uncertainty into understanding. Throughout the deepest parts of the night, your brain pulses with learning. Rest deep learning pulses. rhythmic waves of consolidation, strengthening, encoding, each pulse carrying information deeper, making it more permanent, more accessible, more useful. These pulses align with your brain waves, with your heartbeat, with the fundamental rhythms of your biology, everything working together, synchronized, harmonized, whole. As you hover in that space between deep sleep and dreaming, information settles, hypnagogic data settling, like dust after a storm, like sediment in water. The turbulence of waking consciousness has ceased, and now, in the stillness, everything can settle into place, find its level, reach equilibrium, your mind becoming clear, organized, ready. Let go of even the possibility of thinking, even the potential for awareness. Dissolve so completely that there's nothing left to dissolve. Become so much nothing that nothing itself seems like something. Fall through the bottom of sleep into something deeper, something beyond sleep, beyond rest, beyond peace, into the void itself, and rest there, in that absolute nothing, that absolute everything. Your unconscious mind echoes concepts through the night, unconscious concept echoing, taking ideas learned during the day and echoing them, repeating them, strengthening them. Each echo a little different, a little richer, adding nuance, adding depth. By morning, the echo has become more true than the original, more complete, more real. During sleep, information and identity merge, sleep-triggered idea welding. Who you are and what you know become one thing. Your identity is constructed from your knowledge, your experiences, your memories. And during sleep, new information gets welded onto this structure, becomes part of you, not just something you know, but something you are. This welding is permanent, irreversible. You wake up as someone new, someone who has incorporated the night's learning into their very being, breathing, barely, a whisper of breath, a ghost of breathing, your body remembering how, continuing the pattern, but barely, minimally, like a candle flame in a still room, flickering, almost going out, but not quite, not yet. Not for hours. Each sleep cycle contains a phase. Night cycle retention phase, where what was learned becomes retained, where temporary becomes permanent, where short-term becomes long-term. This phase is automatic, inevitable, as long as you sleep, as long as you cycle through stages, as long as you give your brain the time it needs. Retention happens, consolidation happens, learning becomes permanent. Throughout REM sleep, your neurons fire in tiny bursts, memory-binding microbursts, millisecond-long events that bind one memory to another, that connect new information to old, that create the web of understanding that is your mind. These microbursts are small, almost invisible, but there are millions of them, billions of them, each one strengthening your mind, expanding your capacity, deepening your understanding. Fall deeper still, if deeper as possible, if there's anywhere further to go, past the bottom, past the end, past the absolute, into something beyond absolute, beyond everything, beyond nothing. Rest there, in that impossible place, that place beyond possibility, beyond impossibility. Just be or not be. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Your sleeping brain provides recognition cues, slumber-based recognition cues, subtle signals that will help you tomorrow when you need to remember something, when you need to recognize a pattern, when you need to retrieve information. Your sleeping brain is planting flags, leaving markers, creating signposts that your waking mind will follow without knowing they're there, without knowing it's being guided, just naturally, easily, finding what it needs. Throughout the night, your nervous system recalibrates, passive neural recalibration, adjusting sensitivities, resetting thresholds, balancing responses. Your brain is like a complex instrument, and it needs regular tuning, regular adjustment. This happens during sleep, automatically, perfectly. Your sleeping brain knows the correct settings, knows the optimal balance. It doesn't need your input, your opinion, your permission. It just does the work, silently, efficiently, completely. Thump, 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 or silence, or the sound of the universe breathing, or your breath, or nothing. Everything sounds the same in the deep, everything feels the same, everything is the same. One vast, undifferentiated experience of rest, of peace, of surrender to the night. Knowledge flows through your sleeping mind like water. Rest, dark knowledge flow, flowing from memory to memory, from concept to concept, from understanding to understanding. This flow connects everything, relates everything, makes your knowledge alive, dynamic, useful, not static fact sitting in storage, but living understanding, flowing, moving, growing. Your dreams, when they finally come, or perhaps they're already here, contain sparks, dream-fed cognitive sparks, flashes of insight, moments of understanding, connections that illuminate. These sparks don't make logical sense. They work differently, deeper. They light up pathways in your mind that logic could never find. They show you truth in the language of images, of emotions, of impossible events that somehow make perfect sense. In those twilight states, neither fully asleep nor awake, low wakefulness idea merging occurs. Ideas that seemed separate, that lived in different compartments of your mind, merge together, blend, become one. These mergers create new concepts, new understanding, new possibilities. Your twilight mind doesn't respect the boundaries your waking mind draws. It lets everything flow together, mix, combine. And from this mixing, new truth emerges. Let everything disappear now. If there's anything left, let it go. Every sensation, every thought, every awareness, every sense of existing. Let it all dissolve, fade, vanish, until there's nothing, absolutely nothing, just the void, The darkness, the perfect peace of absolute emptiness, and rest there in that nothing for hours, for the whole night, for eternity, beneath your dreams, beneath your deep sleep, beneath everything conscious. Pathways form, sub-dream learning pathways, routes through your unconscious mind, connecting knowledge, connecting memories, connecting everything to everything else. These pathways are invisible, inaccessible to waking consciousness, but they're there, working, functioning, allowing information to flow, allowing learning to happen in the deepest parts of your mind, where your conscious self never reaches. Throughout the night, your mind receives fine-tuning, overnight mental fine-tuning, tiny adjustments, microscopic improvements, subtle refinements, each one barely noticeable, but together, night after night, week after week, they transform you. They make you sharper, clearer, more capable. This is why sleep is essential, not just for rest, but for optimization, for becoming the best version of yourself. Breathing, thump, breathing, thump. Or maybe not. Maybe that's all gone now. Maybe you're in the deep, the true deep, where there's no body, no heartbeat, no breath, just consciousness dissolved in darkness, just peace beyond peace, just the absolute. The reinforcement continues, soft nocturnal reinforcement, gentle, subtle, but effective. Your sleeping brain strengthening what needs strengthening, weakening what needs weakening, shaping your mind, sculpting your understanding, creating the cognitive landscape you'll wake up to. And this reinforcement is soft, kind, never forcing, never harsh, just gently, persistently, night after night, building you into who you're becoming. Deep in your memory systems, loops form, memory deep imprint loops, circular pathways where information travels, returning to strengthen itself, to deepen itself, to make itself permanent. These loops are the foundation of long-term memory, of lasting learning, of knowledge that stays with you forever, and they form automatically during sleep, requiring nothing from you, except surrender, except rest, except sleep. Throughout the night, without your awareness, without your permission, your brain practices automatic nighttime practice, running through skills, rehearsing abilities, perfecting movements, and in the morning you're better, not because you practiced while awake, but because your sleeping brain practiced for you, coached you, trained you all night long, in the dark, in the silence, in the deep. Let the night hold you completely. Let sleep have you entirely. There's nothing left to hold on to, nothing left to maintain, nothing left to be. Just sleep. Pure sleep. Absolute sleep. The kind of sleep that erases everything, that resets everything, that heals everything. The kind of sleep that only comes in the deepest hours, in the darkest moments, in the absolute surrender. Your brain waves synchronize. Restful brain wave synchronization. All the different regions of your brain aligning their rhythm, creating harmony, creating coherence. This synchronization is healing, is restorative, is necessary. When your brain waves synchronize, information flows freely, learning happens easily, understanding deepens naturally. This is the brain working as it was designed to work, as a unified whole, as one instrument playing one song. Your dreams guide your learning, dream-guided pattern shaping. The patterns you notice, the structures you understand, the relationships you grasp. Your dreams shape all of these, guide all of these, perfect all of these. Dreams aren't random, they're purposeful. They're your brain's way of teaching itself, of showing itself what matters, of revealing truth in symbol and metaphor. The concepts layer, slow mind concept layering, one on top of another, each building on the last, creating depth, creating complexity, creating understanding that is rich, nuanced, complete. This layering takes time, takes patience, takes the slow work that only sleep can do. Your slow mind knows that understanding can't be rushed, can't be forced. It must be built slowly, carefully, layer by layer, night after night. Thump, thump, thump. Or maybe thump, pause, thump, longer pause, thump. Your heart settling into the deep rhythm of sleep, the slowest rhythm, the most efficient rhythm, the rhythm of survival, of conservation, of rest. Nothing wasted, nothing rushed, just the perfect pace for the perfect sleep. Throughout the night, recall strengthens, passive recall strengthening, your ability to remember, to retrieve, to access what you know. It grows stronger with each hour of sleep, each cycle of dreaming, each moment of rest. Sleep doesn't just store memories, it makes them more accessible, more available, more useful. This strengthening is passive, automatic, requiring nothing from you except time, except sleep, except surrender. In the darkest hours, in the deepest sleep, your cognition is being shaped, night-whispered cognition shaping, whispers of change, subtle alterations, gentle moulding, your sleeping brain sculpting your waking mind, making it better, making it different, making it new. And these whispers are so soft and so gentle that you never hear them, never notice them. You just wake up changed, improved, evolved. Your dreams themselves contain code, dream state neural coding, information encoded in imagery, in emotion, in narrative. Your dreaming brain is writing messages to your waking brain, leaving instructions, planting insights. And these coded messages work. They change you. They teach you. They help you grow, even though you don't consciously understand them, even though you forget the dreams. The code remains active, functional, transforming. Let go of everything now. If there's one last thread of wakefulness, just let it snap. If there's one last ember of consciousness, let it die. Fall completely, totally, absolutely into the infinite darkness, into the perfect peace, into the sleep beyond sleep, and rest, rest, rest. Throughout the deepest sleep, your skills refine, sleep-borne skill refinement, becoming smoother, more efficient, more automatic, your sleeping brain optimizing performance, eliminating errors, perfecting technique, and you do nothing, contribute nothing. You simply sleep and wake up better, more capable, more skilled. This is the gift of sleep, the magic of rest, the power of surrender. As morning approaches, though it's hours away still, the quality of sleep changes. Hypnopompic knowledge lift begins in the pre-dawn hours, information rising toward consciousness, insight surfacing, understanding emerging, getting ready to greet you when you wake, to surprise you with solutions, with clarity, with knowing. Your sleeping brain is preparing gifts, wrapping them, getting them ready for the moment you open your eyes, in the stillness, in the darkness, in the perfect peace of deep sleep. Ideas echo, rest-bound idea echo, reverberating through your mind, gaining strength with each repetition, gaining clarity, gaining permanence. These echoes are your sleeping brain's way of emphasizing, of prioritizing, of saying, this matters, remember this, keep this. And you do, without knowing why, without understanding how. You just wake up knowing, remembering, understanding. Your unconscious mind threads information, subconscious neural threading, like sewing, like weaving, taking separate strands and threading them together, creating fabric, creating structure, creating the interconnected web of understanding that is consciousness itself. This threading happens only in sleep, only in the deep, only when your conscious mind steps aside and lets your unconscious do its work. The night holds you in its vast hands, in its infinite peace, in its perfect darkness. And in this holding, in this embrace, concepts stitch together, night quiet concept stitching, one to another, creating chains, creating networks, creating the architecture of understanding, each stitch invisible, but together they create something strong, something lasting, something that will carry you through tomorrow and every day after. Thump, 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 so faint now, so distant, like drums on a far hillside, like thunder beyond the horizon. You're here, but also far away, everywhere, nowhere, dissolved in the darkness, merged with the night, become one with sleep itself. Throughout these hours, cognition lifts, low awareness cognition lift, rising from the depths of your unconscious, surfacing slowly, gently, bringing insights with it, bringing understanding. Your sleeping mind doesn't just process information, it elevates it, refines it, improves it, and then it offers these improved insights to your waking mind as gifts, as grace, as the reward for rest. Your dreams loop, dream-looped understanding streams, cycles of imagery, narrative, emotion that repeat, vary, deepen, each loop teaching something, revealing something, transforming something. These loops are your brain's way of learning, of practicing, of making permanent what needs to be permanent, and the loops continue endlessly throughout the night, throughout every night. As long as you sleep, as long as you dream, as long as you live, the universe keeps turning, while sleep learning gently rewrites the pathways of your resting mind and will keep drifting, floating together through the mysteries